a long break. For the indigenes of Kwu, the Christian celebration of the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ is a homecoming celebrated in all the towns on the Kwu Ridge, and for the thousands of revelers from all walks of life, it's a fun celebration full of activities such as hiking, paragliding, and musical concerts, among others. My colleague, Alan Tego, is bringing us live happenings from the mountains.
The police and the traditional council have agreed certain conditions in which they are able to do so. So the police provided plainclothes policemen as well as uniformed policemen who were in the mix and making sure that people do not misbehave. And this morning we visited tourist sites for activities such as paragliding and other activities. And we're here on the Nanakisi High Street, where it has been converted into a trade fair. And so the pavilions you see behind me has men and women who are marketing or selling their stores, their wares, I beg your pardon. But before we go in there to even have a look at what is happening or what they have on offer to sell, I must also commend the people who've come here from all walks of life for their comporting themselves and also to some extent observing the COVID-19 protocols. And so when they're getting into the melee, then you know some of them will take off their mask in order to be able to breathe well. But by and large, the protocols are being adhered to. Where there's not much going on, people put on their mask. And where there isn't much going on, people socially distance, except when there's obviously the party going on. As you can hear the sound playing behind me, then people tend to let down their mask a bit, because when you ask why they do so, they'll explain it is difficult to breathe when you're in the party mood and you're partying, you're getting really very active. People have also come to reconnect with their roots. I spoke to a certain lady who was born in the Americas and taking advantage of Easter. She's come here up this mountain because she's been told her ancestors, her parental, I think maternal grandmother comes from Imprior, so she's here to connect with her roots. I'm going to go to my right and speak to a vendor who's vending drinks, locally made drinks, and the name is Dokua Local Bar. I'm going to have to speak to her and find out how Easter is picking up, whether the market is, warming up very nicely, or there is a certain slowiness of the market. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, what about you?
I am also great. This is GTV. Please, how is Easter market picking up, especially with your local drinks?
Oh, our expectation is, I think it will come.
It will come. What do you have on offer?
Oh, we have Asana, Sobolo, Lamuji, and local chops.
Local chops. Yeah, shall we have a look at them? So if you say local chops, what exactly are they?
We have plantain chips. Okay. And let's have a taste.
Oh, chips.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome. So that's chips, and that's what's on offer this afternoon, together with the Asana, Sobolo, and the Lamborghini. But if I turn to my right, you have a store adjacent where you sell traditional stuff. So you have sandals, you have, you even have stuff for the hair as well. Shall we move close to it and have a look? You have tiara hair bands as well. And then you have bangles for, okay. Right, so now it appears your market is targeting a certain group of people. Who is your market targeting?
Oh, we are expecting plenty people. And I think
people are warming up to it.
Yes.
Eventually they will show up for it. Were you here last night though?
Yes.
And so you joined the party on the street. Thank you so very much. And so that's Dokua Local Bar. She's also into traditional stuff, flip-flops, tiaras, wigs and weave-ons, all of them. There are also those who are selling artware. There are also those who are selling artwares. There is also an activity planned for the Kwu waterfalls as well as the Kwau Caves. And GTV is definitely going to bring that to viewers. And so after here, we're going to go to the Kwau waterfalls, where we'll also interact with people who have come from all walks of life to enjoy the Kwau waterfalls, as well as the caves in Kwau. I found this really very beautiful painting, and the artist who did this is also around with us. And so if we're fortunate, we'll grab a word with him, and then we'll find out his views, expectations, and also how Easter in Kwau is going with him. Great. And so the young man is joining us. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
What's your name, sir?
Isaac Afrane.
Isaac, this is GTV. Are you the one who painted this, or you're only selling them?
Yeah, I'm the one who painted it.
You are the one who painted it. Wow. Where are you based?
I'm in Techiman.
Techiman. How is Easter? You've come all the way from Techiman?
Yeah, sure.
Wow. And so how is Easter going? I mean, the party started last night, but how has today's market been?
It's been quite very well, but it seemed it was better than last 2 years.
Okay, so this Easter, compared to last 2 years, this is much better. Even though there's been a lockdown for the past 2 years, this is much, much better. Does that mean the market is good?
It's good. It's good. It's quite good.
Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. And so at least we have confirmation of not only people celebrating or enjoying or having a party, but also people are spending. And that for me is really what Easter should bring to us. Not drain our pocket, but at least put some money in our pockets. I remember I mentioned how we're going to have to visit the caves and the waterfalls. If you have our drone shots, this street is a really very long one, and so if we're unable to walk the entire stretch of the street, our drone overhead shots will give us some feel of what it is like. I have also spoken to a few people who were telling me the day is for business, but the party comes at night. And so while we are still here, we will surely get close to party goers, revelers, they're known or referred to as, and bring you whatever there is in terms of party. We must also commend the police for their yeoman's job. They really are on the ground ensuring security and the safety of everyone who comes up atop the mountain of Kwau to celebrate Easter with us.
Thank you very much, Alan, and just take care of yourself. Moving on, Muslims have been charged to uphold the tenets of Ramadan in order to enjoy the benefits that come with it. The presidential coordinator for the Zongo Development Fund, Mr. Ben Abdullah Banda, said the holy month of Ramadan is a critical time in Islam that offers an opportunity for Muslims to renew their faith in Allah, as well as draw strength to overcome challenges that beset them. Mr. Banda was speaking at the National Iftar prayer at the National Mosque in Accra.
The National Iftar Prayer program is organized by the Qatar Charity, a non-governmental organization, in collaboration with the Zongo Development Fund. The presidential coordinator of the Zongo Development Fund, Mr. Ben Abdullah Banda, said the fund is focused on changing the narrative of Zongo dwellers. He noted that since the creation of the erstwhile Ministry of Inner Cities and Zongo Development, the Qatar Charity has been a stakeholder in the discharge of the ministry and the fund's mandate of developing the inner cities and Zongos across the country.
The Qatar Charity is an organization that supports all persons of different religion and culture. Indeed, your support is not only limited to the Islamic community, but transcends to the Christian community and beyond.
In an interview with GBC News, the chief executive of the Zongo Development Fund, Mr. Arafat Suleimana Abdullahi, indicated that the 10th day of the holy month is significant to followers of the Holy Prophet and found the need to reminisce the day. Mr. Suleimana emphasized the need for Muslims to observe all requirements associated with the holy month in order to enjoy its full benefits.
Well, quite a disturbing news, and more than 50 people are feared dead following a boat disaster near Gemini in the South Dai district of the Volta region. The accident happened between Gemini and the Dwarf Island when the passengers were coming from Gemini Market to Havocopper Island. They met a strong storm on the river, leading to that unfortunate disaster. 7 people were rescued A nurse, Samuel Dente, stationed at Dwarf Island, is at the scene of the disaster and joins me via phone for an update. Hello, good afternoon, Samuel.
Good afternoon, madam.
Samuel, thank you so much for joining us on News. This is quite a disturbing news trickling in. So, can you tell us the atmosphere at the scene of the disaster now?
Right now, the rescue team are on the river trying to rescue the rest of the dead body. So, the whole community, villages nearby have put to have a corporate to sympathize friends and family members.
So if you say they've gone to various homes to sympathize with friends and families, does that confirm that indeed more than 50 people are dead?
For sure. You know, when they were coming all the way from Benin, it was a market day at Benin. So there were a lot of people in the boat when that incident occurred on the beach. So the whole boat was harmed. So there are a lot of people inside the river.
So which river are we talking about here?
Pardon me?
Which river were they on? We understand.
The river Volta.
Okay, so were there no one in life jackets?
Actually, none of them in life jackets.
So have dead bodies been retrieved, or is it only the 7 people who have been rescued that you have information on?
Yesterday, about 50 bodies were received and were sent to work on the beach.
All right.
Deposited in the mortuary.
All right, so does that happen often? Because it seems this is quite a lot of people who are gone, who are dead. Is that a occurrence often, or is this one of thing?
This one is exceptional. This one, for the past weeks that I've been here, this is one is huge. It has not been happening.
So are the families of the victims closer to you so that we can speak to one or two?
Yeah, actually, I went there, but there was a pregnant woman who survived. So I brought her to the facility to attend to her.
Okay. And what has she told you so far? Is she close to you so that we can ask her what really happened?
Yeah, she's closer to me.
Okay, so a nurse, Samuel Denta, who is stationed at the Dwarf Island, is trying to get one of the survivors for us to talk to. Samuel, is she near you?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, so can I speak with her? Yeah, good afternoon, madam, and thank you so much for joining us on news here at GBC. Madam, please, may I know your name first?
Everyone call it.
So please, can you translate for us? So what did she say?
Well, she will talk so that I will do the translation.
Okay, so can she tell us what happened? Where were they coming from, and what really happened before the boat capsized?
Look at you. One on our way from the many, we met a storm. So suddenly, due to the storm, all the engines went off. So when it happened, we were struggling. So there was a map on the river. Some hold onto containers, and I hold onto the map, and I survived.
Okay, so
And once they come to, they were sacks loaded with gari, floating on the river, and some quenched to it.
so can she just tell about a cursory look how many of them were on the boat?
I mean, also, there were a lot of people in the boat. Students were also in the boat by then.
So does it mean that it was an overloaded boat?
The boat yeah, it's overloaded.
So were the men, can you tell us, did the boat had a lot of men to women ratio, or were they market women? What was their make? Was it market women or other people apart from the student that she mentioned? Were they mostly market women aboard the boat?
Okay, I mean, the boat in no plane today. There are a lot of women.
All right, Madam, thank you so much. So, Samuel, you at the you are a nurse, so at
Yes.
the Dove Island. So, those that you treated, can you tell us what did they come in with?
Hello.
Yes, I'm asking those who were rescued and brought to your facility. What did they bring in? What was the cause of whatever that they brought in for treatment?
Oh, okay. You know, the survived, those who have survived, you know, when we went to the place, they were hiding. So this particular pregnant woman, the husband was about to bring her to the facility when someone prompted me, and I went to the house to talk to her that she should come so that we at least talk to her and find out what is happening. So what she told me is that, you know, there's no quickening, and also she's having bodily pain. And when they were rescuing her, you know, they pulled her along, so she's in pain. So when we came, I participated, in fact, took a lot of history, and I gave her medicine. So now she's okay, and she's doing well. So I wanted to detain her for a while. If there is a need for referral, then I will do that.
Okay, so have they all been discharged except the one that you just mentioned?
Actually, it's only the pregnant woman that visited the facility, but the rest
have been treated and discharged. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, Samuel, thank you so much for this information. This is quite a terrible news, but we'll get back to you for more information. Thanks so much. You're still watching GBC News, News Hour on GBC News and GTV. We'll be back shortly. Twenty-three out of 28 poultry farmers who lost their birds to the avian flu last year have received their compensation package from the government. They received a total amount of 8 million Ghana cedis. The remaining 5 farmers whose share of the compensation is about 1.5 million Ghana cedis will be paid in due course when the process is completed. Almost all the 23 farmers, apart from Kwabna Dakun of Dakun Farms, were at the premises of the Regional Directorate of the Veterinary Services to receive their checks from an official from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. It will be recalled that the region in June 2021 recorded its first bird flu and later spread to over 20 farms where close to 1 million birds were depopulated and hundreds of crates of eggs, including poultry feed, destroyed. Assurance of compensation was received from the government and that the farmers were delighted that their dreams of bouncing back to business have been fulfilled. The Regional Director of the Veterinary Services, Dr. Marlon Mensah, who supervised the payments, was happy and asked the farmers to invest the money in reviving their farms. Opening Kwame Edusei of Edusei Farms Limited expressed gratitude to the government for fulfilling the promise to compensate the farmers. "73-year-old Elizabeth Ayoko, also known as Ayoko Tinkran, is reported missing. According to Ni Ejay Sadat, the son of Madame Elizabeth Ayoko, his mother left home few days ago and has since not returned. Anyone with information about Elizabeth Ayoko should contact Mr. Ni Ejay Sadat of house number 571/2 at Teshi Akotobu area on 025-624-9995 or report to the nearest police station. And still on missing persons, and the Department of Social Welfare is again looking for the families of one Madame Kunedu, who is in her late 60s. Madame Kunedu has been in the custody of the department since 3 days ago. She is believed to be traumatized and not willing to give out any information leading to her family. She only said she lives at Tesano in Accra and Amuana Praso as a hometown. The families are therefore advised to contact the Social Welfare Department or Kankwe South Sub-Metro of the AMA on 030-393-5397 or 024-500-7148 for assistance. This is News Hour coming to you live on GBC News and GTV. We're taking a short break. We'll be back with business. Please don't go away. In business, the Ghana Revenue Authority has been tasked not to only put in systems to improve revenue mobilization, but also ensure revenue compliance. Speaking at the annual Tax and Good Governance Week in Accra, a Deputy Minister for Finance, Madame Abnao Sayasari, said ensuring tax compliance should be at the lowest cost to both the taxpayer and the Ghana Revenue Authority.
The Ghana Revenue Authority has been tasked to mobilize a total tax revenue of 80.3 billion Ghana cedis. This translates to a tax to GDP ratio of 16.5% from the current 13.4%. The use of digital platforms has been cited as one of the avenues to be used to meet the 80.3 billion Ghana cedis target and clamp down on tax evasion by the public. At the annual Tax and Good Governance Week in Accra, a Deputy Minister for Finance, Madam Abna Oseasari, lauded the GRA for the use of various digital platforms to improve the taxpayers' experience.
Always, their sound is not good. I sincerely apologize for the poor sound quality on portions of the tape. Still in business, mining companies flouted a government policy decision to pay mining royalties to the government on a monthly basis. According to a 2019 Ghana Executive Industries Transparency Initiative report, the policy was undermined due to the non-amendment of the relevant regulations by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. The current arrangement, where mining companies pay royalties on quarterly basis, according to experts, is delaying government revenue.
For a country that badly needs revenues to finance its development, it does not make sense to allow mining companies to hold on to your mineral royalty for 3 months before paying it to you. And so the Ghana EITR report, I recall in 2014 thereabout, recommended to the Ministry of Finance to actually vary the payment of mineral royalty to require that companies paid it on monthly basis. And I recall the then minister, said Tepe, in 2015 went to Parliament and announced as part of the national budget and economic policy statement of this country that henceforth companies were going to pay their mineral royalty on monthly basis. Fast forward, we realize that as we speak, some companies are still paying on quarterly basis. And when you ask them, they tell you the enabling act or the enabling law, the LI, that will give effect to that policy decision has not been amended. And so our recommendation to government is that for as long as the LI remains unamended, companies will be at liberty to pay it on quarterly basis, and they will not have violated any law. So if indeed we are desirous of ensuring that the revenues flow into government coffers for use as and when needed, and let me also emphasize the fact that the time value of money becomes of critical essence in these times, then of course we need to speedily amend the LI to require the companies to pay on monthly basis.
A Deputy Energy Minister, Dr. Amin Adams, is worried about a decline in oil and gas sector funding as the world transitions to cleaner energy by 2030. Mr. Adams told journalists despite the global transition, Ghana will shift to full-scale renewable energy at their own pace. Speaking at the launch of the 2019 Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative report in Accra, the Energy Minister called for more foreign direct investment into the oil and gas space.
Most of the developed world who have benefited from, especially fossil fuels, have developed their countries, developed their economies based on these resources. We have just discovered these resources, and then we are asked to transition. You know, it took the world 75 years to move from coal to oil and gas. Yet they are asking us to take just about 30 years to move away from oil and gas, what they call cleaner renewable energy. But even with the 75 years, due to transition.
And that's it for your business.